Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the latest 4K review from us here at FlickDirect, and for today's 4K review, I'm here to talk to you all about True Lies. True Lies is a spy action comedy film directed by James Kerman. If I remember correctly, it's a remake of a French film if I'm not mistaken. In the film, we follow a character portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger who lives a double life. One of those lives in which he is essentially, a spy, and the second life is that he is a computer salesman. And then there is one day when he discovers that his wife, portrayed by Jamie Lee Curtis, just might be seeing another man, but when he discovers the reason as to why, and that she wants just some adventure, he decides to do it in his own certain way. James Cameron, if you ask me, is a film name that when you hear that he's coming out with a new film, everyone is gonna flock to go see his movies, and it's really shows throughout his entire career of films. But I heard it was like one of the most revered works, like, Aliens, also The Abyss, Titanic, Terminator T2, those movies. I finally saw True Lies, and this movie is a ton of fun. This movie is such a great time. It's a great action film. It is a very hilarious comedy throughout, and it's just, of course, a great James Cameron film. Getting into the audio video quality, starting off with the video quality, True Lies on 4K is presented on an aspect ratio of 239:1. A film like this, I was expecting excellent video quality, and what we get here is good, at times pretty good, but it's not great. This film suffers from, unfortunately, at least in my personal opinion, too much of DNR, digital noise removal. There are certain sequences where the DNR is not so noticeable and you still have that line of film grain which looks great. But then there are other certain sequences where, don't get me wrong, does it look crystal clear? And here's the thing, guys. True Lies on 4K is clear as can be. The movie does look really, really good, but at the same time, it does come at a cost of the DNR really taking a lot of work. There are certain sequences where, sure, the audio does look crystal clear, but because of a lot of the DNR that was used throughout this entire film, there are some bits where the DNR is almost kind of distracting. It just looks like they really just wanted to essentially modernize True Lies. And don't get me wrong to you guys, that's kind of the point of a 4K, where they take an older film and they give it a bit of an upgrade, they clean it up a little bit for an audience while still keeping what made that film so special in the first place. True Lies takes this and they really do modernize it, but unfortunately it comes at a cost to where it doesn't have that same old feel to it from the 90s. But with that being said, the colors do look really, really good. In particular, there is a car with a red color hue to it, and the red is very, very vibrant. The skies look good. The HDR upgrade does do a lot for this movie. Whether the movie unfortunately does have a lot of DNR, at the same time, the colors do look great. Going on to the audio quality, True Lies is on a Dolby Atmos track, and this is a very, very good and almost, in actuality, a great Dolby Atmos soundscape. Knowing how great James Cameron is with the sound in his movies, I was expecting a fully active Dolby Atmos soundscape. While it doesn't quite get there, unfortunately, there are more than a few scenes where, my god, this film takes it to a whole other level. For example, the scene where Jamie Lee Curtis is being literally hung by her hand from that helicopter in that amazing sequence, that sequence sounds absolutely spectacular, with the helicopter blades going all around, the explosions, all the car sound effects. Everything in that scene does sound very, very good. Unfortunately, though, minus a couple of scenes, the Dolby Atmos soundscape, I feel like, isn't really used to its full potential. Now, don't get me wrong when I say this to you guys. The gunfire sounds great. The melee combat sounds great. The explosions do sound great. And the dialogue sounds crystal freaking clear. There are also quite a few times where it feels like the sound comes in either a little too hot or a little too low at times. But for the majority of the time, the Dolby Atmos soundscape does sound genuinely terrific. Finally, moving on to the special features, True Lies on 4K for the disc unfortunately has no special featurettes, but the Blu-ray hour does come with a few things that are really cool. One of them being a really cool A Look Back at True Lies, which is a very fun featurette which has some interviews, and there are some really cool archives, which includes the theatrical trailer, a really cool script. I mean, the script is really cool, some storyboards, and more. All in all, what we have here is a great James Cameron film. It's a fun action film. It's a very fun spy film. It's just a great film altogether. And above all that, there's also good video quality, great audio quality with some cool featurettes. So guys, if you're a massive fan of True Lies, definitely pick this movie up. If you've never seen True Lies, mostly pick this movie up. But if you're just a big James Cameron fan in general, mostly pick it up. It's just a fun time. Period. I hope you all enjoyed my 4K review of True Lies. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell for our latest 4K review goes live. If you guys want to see our previous 2 4K reviews, please click it right there or right there. And of course, until our next 4K review goes live, we'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.